More companies than ever are releasing cine-style lenses. Companies like Mikey, Surrey, Dizio, you've seen them featured here on YouTube. It's logical for manufacturers experienced in metal and glass production to venture into making camera lenses. And while these companies offer a broad range of camera hardware, tripods, lenses, lights, camera cages, SLR Magic tends to focus more on glass. And while their product diversity is limited compared to the others, there's something to be said about specialization. There's a lot of experience and know-how that comes with focusing on one particular thing. For me, that's what has set SLR Magic apart. In the MicroPrime Cine full-frame set, there are currently 7 lenses. For now, I've purchased the 12mm, 18mm, and 25mm. Minimum focus distance for the 12mm is 6 inches. This lens only covers an APS-C image circle. I purchased it a few years ago for use on my FS5, and I continue to use it the most out of all 3 lenses shown here. I think this one has the best balance of character and image quality of the 3. I love the uniformity in the out of focus highlight areas, and this lens tends to starburst when hit with direct light sources to the front element. I purchased my copy from my local camera store for $250 used. Minimum focus distance for the 18mm comes in at 6.69 inches. This one was a swing and a miss for me. I had high hopes when I bought it, but it breathes so badly and is unusually devoid of character compared to the rest. If I have to shoot full frame, I'll sub this lens for the 12mm. Despite the focus breathing issues, I think the out of focus highlights are pleasant and controlled. I purchased my copy brand new from B&H for $350 on sale. Minimum focus distance for the 25mm is 10 inches. Direct light sources pointed into the front element renders out some smeared flares, teetering on unpleasant. It's asking a lot from any lens to maintain composure in benchmark tests at T1.5, and as you stop down, a lot of these issues become more controlled. You can see here how much the color shifts from T1.5 down to T8. One area I think this lens excels in is photography. It's really a joy to use on a full-frame camera. Out of the 3 in the set, I've used this one the most, but I mainly use it for photography. I purchased this copy used from a rental house for $425, and at that price, I still think it's a very compelling value. Focus throw on these lenses isn't linear, And while that isn't necessarily a standard characteristic of a Cine Prime, the working focus distances tend to be rather bunched up at the tail ends of the rotation. There's a lot of granularity in focus from 3 feet to 1 foot, but from 3 feet to infinity is only 15 degrees. Another big miss, in my opinion, is the lack of minimum focus witness mark. It has a relatively short focus throw of 150 degrees, and SLR Magic has stated that this is to make them easier to use when focusing by hand. There's been a marketing blitz on YouTube of cinema-styled glass retrofitted to work on mirrorless cameras. SLR Magic entered the market a lot earlier than other companies, and so with this latest wave of promotion, it seems like they're sitting on the sidelines. When the MicroPrimes were released, they were retailing for $800 a piece. In 2016, that was completely out of my reach. Today, they can be had for $449 directly from SLR Magic's website, and often cheaper than that if you can find them used or on sale. With the recent discounts, it makes them an extremely compelling value for me. I plan on finishing out the set as soon as I can. I like the look and feel I've been able to achieve with the ones that I have now. They're my go-tos in many scenarios. If you can pick one up, I think they're worth exploring. You might just like what you see.